Mobile phones are considered an extremely important and substantial human invention. The first ever mobile phone that came into existence was Motorola Dynety AC8000X in 1983. Despite innumerable advantages that it renders made life so easy and connected, but unfortunately mobile phones have precarious disadvantages as well, ranging from mild to severe. The mobile cell phones with internet is global boon in terms of technology. Now, talking about children, whom we care a lot, but the most dangerous instrument you can hand over to them is the cell phone. Which is better, books or mobiles? Many studies have shown that when people read on screen, they don't understand what they've read as well as when they read in print. Even worse, many don't realize they're not getting it. For example, researchers in Spain and Israel took a close look at 54 studies comparing digital and print reading. Their 2018 study involved more than 171,000 readers. Comprehension, they found, was better overall when people read print rather than digital texts, meaning digital texts are just a screen to read, not to comprehend things from, in a holistic manner. Let's talk about the disastrous disadvantages of cell phones for children. 1. Distraction. Children especially seem to be present, but their minds being occupied by cell phones, causing disruption in family connections. Togetherness eventually end up with health issues in general, especially eye problems. Cell phones as well as most bright screens causes retinal damage because of all the bright blue lights embedded in the screens. 2. It severely attacks the brain's thinking ability, called cognitive ability. The children who spend most of the time with cell phones may fall into depression because it becomes so integral part of their lives that it seems they breathe mobile cell phones and not oxygen. They tend to get irritated and usually love solitude, which opens the pathways for sins as well, which parents are unaware of. In most of the cases, eventually it turns a disaster for the family as a repercussion. 3. It can cause depression as well as anxiety. According to Science Direct, they always make sure that they open up their cell phones to check for messages or posts or statuses inter alia. They remain very much aloof from books. 4. Addiction. In the name of seeking, acquiring knowledge, they addict to social sites, which is a lethal addiction. It can severely hit their normal life since they spend most of the time with mobile. 6. Lack of sleep. Lack of sleep is prominent because they sleep late, which is an apparent health hazard. According to medical science, it could cause diabetes, hypertension, etc. In addition to it, the most dangerous and lethal disadvantage of using a mobile phone excessively is that it can risk your life and expose your health to tumors, although it's a theory in place. But references do indicate its close connection with tumors, especially brain tumors. In addition, the International Agency for Research on Cancer says the radiation from cell phones is, possibly, a cancer-causing substance or potential carcinogen. Now let's look at the shocking statistics or revelations. 1. Teens who spend 5 or more hours a day on electronic devices, especially cell phones, are 71% more likely to exhibit suicide risk factor and a potential health hazard. 2. 57% of parents surveyed believe their child has a smartphone addiction, which is hampering their normal lifestyle. 3. Children under the age group of 7 to 14 are usually suffering from eye problems. 4. According to a recent study in US, 95% of students bring their phones to classes with them every day. 5. In 2023, the number of smartphone users are 6.92 billion out of 8 billion world population, and if we look at the health stats of today, it's very shocking. 6. According to Techmark, an average smartphone user checks their mobile device 221 times and touches it over 2,000 times a day. No one could guess how much engrossed we are in the technology. Talking about preventions. Use your mobile phones as less as possible. It is said that children born before 2002 remember their childhood very distinctly, as they remember their back days quite amazingly. But after the advent of mobile phones, children are completely occupied at homes, immersed into mobile phones. They hardly would remember their childhood days as they confined themselves to a certain place because of mobile cell phones. To prevent them from being disarrayed in life, we need to follow certain things. 1. Try not to give them phones unless the situation demands so, especially when they are using it for online classes, etc. 2. Try to keep an eye on what they do, surf and watch, track their history as well. 3. Try some other modes of entertainment so that they remain away as much as possible from the cell phones. 4. Make sure that they don't have access to some other cell phones covertly or overtly without your permission. Thanks.